Super late models here at Volusia Speedway Park. About 7 minutes remaining here in our practice session before the night gets started. We're doing 50 laps for our feature tonight. Super late models sponsored by Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication. Got some first time entries here with us tonight in the super late model division. See the number 43 of Dominic Wright. You'll also see the number 24 of Brandon Butterbaugh. I believe Brandon, was it Brandon that's from Indiana?
Yeah, Brandon hails locally from Indiana, PA.
All right.
Someone actually.
Not quite sure that we have a hometown for Dominic. And so our third newcomer has joined in, which I knew there was a third. I just didn't know he was registered tonight, but 05 of Randy Rockwell will also be joining us here for the first time tonight.
These are all three new guys. We ran a test session here with a few of us last night. Showed that they have what it takes to at least put their names out here with the rest of the guys. It's always great to fill out the field. We'll expand a little bit further here on our super late division. I believe there were a few mod guys that were also in the works, but unfortunately they were not able to make it to the test session. So we'll see if we have some expanding divisions here. So it's always great to see us grow, even mid-season.
Absolutely. About 5 minutes remaining here in our practice session. So far, 54 of Nick Anderson, sporting a new wrap here tonight, built by himself, Highlines Design. Quick time so far with a 14.6. The only other car in the 14.6 bracket is the 94 of Chad Rugy.
Looking through it, some of the cars here this week can't tell if Lake went back to what he was running before the throwback, or if that's a new looking wrap with him for the black and white.
Let me take a look here.
I think it's new. I don't think that's the one.
Oh yeah, that's definitely new. Yep. Michael was sporting more white, red than.
Yeah, more white and red than black and white.
Yep.
So he's got a new look. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like Austin Barr rolled the car out without a wrap.
Let's see here.
But the only thing I see on that one's a set of Mustang decals on the front of it. Rod sporting the same wrap he did last week. Levi Yetter, last week's winner, actually looks like he's sporting more of a throwback style wrap himself. Miles Harrison, I think pretty much everyone else is sporting the same looks that we've seen them so far here, at least in recent weeks, outside of, like you had mentioned, with Nick going with the white, purple, and green.
He was, I know the night he finished it up, and I got a notification through email that he had built a new one, and I went in and checked it out, and I thought it looked good, and I seen him a few hours later, and he was pretty nervous about it, because I didn't know the little superstition. It's a well-known superstition in racing, but Nick kind of thinks about green on race cars, so I'm not sure. So he said he was going to try it out and see what happens. So
Well, I clearly don't believe in that superstition, or I would
no,
have
no,
gone a
everybody's got their
clean
thing.
different
Yeah,
direction. So
yeah, no, everybody's got their thing. I remember when I first got into this real stuff back in, well, I'll tell my age, back in the 80s. You didn't see many green race cars, and you didn't see many number 13 race cars. So, Smeel, yeah, you just drew
I'm
that all
batting a
up for me.
thousand.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, something I grew up thinking that could be something. You just squashed that. So,
we'll see. It's still early in the season. Maybe
yeah.
to keep
So,
my streak alive.
so our race sponsors for tonight: Smeel Racing Designs, one white flag, one to go. Backroad powder coating victory lane. We'll have the Newcomb Automotive hard charger of the race, elevated outdoor hot pit. Bigger field than we've had here for these cars. We haven't seen a whole lot of elevated outdoor hot pits, but which also brings in the oval track specialties caution. So see how sporty these guys are feeling tonight. Something you always got to remember is we do have 3 new guys in there, and they they did the test session with everyone. They proved that they could be into the supers. One thing we have to think about is how do they drive. A lot of these guys, I know when we're racing, depending on who I'm coming up on or whoever may have come up upon me, I can see who it is, and I kind of know their style. Something that nobody knows about these 3 guys is, I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they can hold their own. But how do they, where do they go? What do they do? What's their habits? Something to try to pick up on. None of the regulars are going to know that about the new guys. So hopefully it doesn't turn into that. Just something to throw out there that give us a bit of excitement.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those that everyone's got to feel each other out. Got to, these new guys got to get used to running with our
Absolutely.
weekly regulars, and vice versa.
Sure, it goes both ways. No, I didn't mean that as hitting on them new guys. It was
No, it's just agreeing with
just
you. Definitely, like you said, it's
yeah.
racing around someone new. I'm sure you can speak from the same thing from a real car that
Oh yeah,
you get in, you're around somebody you're not used to, and
yeah, yeah, you knew what kind of action you may have to take. It's not because it's not something they were aiming to do. It's just how they roll, how they enter a corner, how they exit a corner, how they, some people use the brake to set the car sideways, whatever it might be. It's just something you got to learn. Looks like we're getting ready for race number 1 here tonight. And,
tell you what, we're gonna find out real quick.
we're gonna find out.
Couple of our
Everybody,
rookies.
yeah, 4 cars are gonna find out real quick how the number 24 on the pole, Brandon Butterbaugh out of Indiana. Outside of him, the 25, Blaze Harrison out of, what was that, Allegheny?
Allegheny, New York, I believe, for
Yes.
Harrison. Row number 2, we'll see second rookie here with the 05 of Randy Rockwell. Again, we don't have a hometown for Randy. On his outside, on the other hand, will be Daniel Collins out of Frenchville.
Rounding out our field in the 5th spot will be the 96, hailing out of the big town of Grampian, Tyler Ritchie.
All right, we're gonna talk about ripping the Band-Aid off.
Let's just get into it.
For Brandon, we're gonna jump right into starting on the pole of your first heat race with the group.
Yep. But like I said, he got into this super late division, through basically a small test. I'm sure he'll hold his own.
I hope so. I'm the one that stuck my neck out.
There you go. There you go.
He might be a good fit. He's one of my teammates with Mid-South Mafia, so we'll see how he does. We're getting ready to take the green flag here in 3 and 4. Hopefully he's been reminded of the procedures that we usually go here starting on green.
that Butterball will lead lap number 1. Along with the other
Randy
new
Rockwell,
entry. Yeah, Randy Rockwell. First and second place here is Tyler Rugy down on the bottom side. Took a bid there for the second position. Get on the binders there.
Tyler's definitely not going to put on any kid gloves here, working with a couple of newbies here to the series. He's definitely going to look to get to the front one way or another.
Yeah. Talk about Tyler. Always fast, always front runner, and I tell you what, the luck that he's had here in the first couple weeks. There were some exceptions. He did made it in the booth a few times, but boy, some of the bad luck he's had so far yet this season. Yeah, Tyler's not going to take it easy on anybody.
Hopefully, seeing him recover from a rough race last week at Lernerville.
Yeah.
So we still see our
I was going to say the new guys. Yeah, new guys door to door putting on a whale of a show here. Heat race number 1. Now, do you know if does Rockwell race with Butterball on a normal basis? Do these guys know each other, or don't you know that?
I am not for sure. I do recognize the CFM logos on both cars as far as the setup shop. So both are hailing setups from the same group. But outside of that, I don't know if they run together outside of this here with us or not. But I'll have to clarify. I'm not sure if it's Butterball or Booterball.
So we'll give it up for well, now you confuse me, but we're going to go with Butterball for now. Brandon Butterball, winner of heat number 1, followed by other newcomer Randy Rockwell. Tyler Rugy brings it home in 3rd. 4th was
Daniel Collins, and
Daniel Collins.
Blaze Harrison drops from outside front row starting position to tail of that 5-car field. Looks like we got 4 on track here for heat race number 2.
Starting on the pole out of Clearfield will be the 94 of Chad Rugy. Outside of Chad in the 9-car, hailing out of Sarver, PA, Levi Yetter.
Looking at row number 2 here, we will see the 27 of Michael Lake out of Uniontown, and the 54 of Mitch Stiles out of Stump Creek. Mitch actually was our first driver of the week highlighted this week with our Cycle Racing edits.
I see that on Facebook.
Something new that we've started up just to highlight some of the guys that run with us, and reached out to Disciple about some of the stuff he's done with hero cards, and thought it'd be something fun for us to do virtually here too. So
very cool. They were really cool looking. A lot of information some people might not know, and yeah, they turned out really good. Pace truck ducking off here on heat race number 2. Chad Rugy will lead the way. Chad Rugy on the inside, Levi Yetter outside. Michael Lake takes a dib on the inside there. Looking for spot number 2. Levi Yetter able to get back on the outside of Chad Rugy. Chad Rugy now going to the outside. Michael Lake way down, 3 wide.
3 wide, it's going to get tight.
It's going to get tight. Michael grabs a pedal brake, keeps her clean.
We're still going to be 3
wide going into turn 3 here.
Oh, Michael might have had a little bit of right front there, but
little contact with 27 in the 9. 27 take the lead momentarily. Chad Rugy going to fight on the outside.
Right back to 3 wide. I think Levi might have returned the favor there.
Sure, that's one thing that I love about these guys is good, clean, hard-fought racing, but do something they don't like, they're going to give it back. And Levi's one that will do that. With all the respect in the world, they're putting on a good show here as they continue door to door, sometimes to another door. as he's top 3 under a blanket. Now Mitch Stiles going to come up, and I'm not sure. I think if I was Mitch, I would just probably spectate from right back there and wait till these 3 wadded up and take a win. But we'll see what happens here as Michael Lake now leading this race. Chad Rugy, Levi Yetter for that second spot door-to-door on the backstretch here.
Yeah, it seems like he's pretty committed to that high side. So Lake and Yetter seem to more so kind of take that slow roll on the bottom, kind of get the car rotated, get it pointed the right direction, get back on the throttle. It looks like right now the low side is starting to prevail here. See if Chad crosses down. So we've got white flag in the air already.
Just knocking the laps off here. Michael Lake down the backstretch here. Followed by Yetter. Now the battle back there, Stiles and
like Chad was able to hold on to
yes.
to third place. We'll have to take a look and see. I know Yetter won last week, but with that being our special, that doesn't affect starting the feature this week. I'm trying to remember who won the week before. That's going to have to start at the tail of the field.
It's definitely a cool thing to see heat race number 3 for our Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication. Is going to see the 54 Nick Anderson sporting a new look this week. Outside of Nick in the 43, another newcomer, Dominic Wright.
And our second and final row here, we'll see the 66 of Rod Merritts and the 15 of Austin Barr. Have to see if heat race number 3 has the same excitement we saw in the first 2.
Sure, absolutely. That was a good heat race. Like Austin Barr may have had a long week at work and needed to put a new body on his car. Or somebody's got to at least lend this kid some duct tape for a number or something here, but must have finished putting the last couple rivets in here about 10 minutes ago, but I'm just glad he's here. Got that thing finished up for tonight.
Maybe Nate Brady will help him out with some duct tape numbers, as we saw that on the side of his pro stock here this race season. He seemed to have a rough go of it on the right side of that car. Pace truck ducks off.
Green.
Green's out. Nick Anderson takes early command there. Rodney Merritt to take advantage. Take over that second spot.
Bar, we're seeing something we're pretty well used to at this point, with Nick out in front of the Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication Superlate. This heat race seems to be a little more single file.
Yeah, I mean, just luck of the draw with the cars that we get in there, and of course the track blowing off just a little bit.
Week 1 at a new track, everyone's still trying to fine tune their setups.
Sure.
Very big transition from Lernerville to Volusia, as far as the style of the track.
You can also see there Nick Anderson running that orange spoiler, signifying that he's a current point leader in the division. Not a requirement that we have, but something that we talked about at the beginning of the year, and a lot of guys like that idea. So Nick threw an orange spoiler on there for the week.
With the luck that orange spoiler has had the last couple weeks, I don't know that I would have.
Well, that's funny because 2 nights ago that was one of our supper table topics. Was he's like, I hope I didn't screw up by putting that damn orange spoiler on there. I was like,
Well, clearly didn't hurt him here in heat race number 3, as he does pick up the win, picks up those 3 additional points for the heat race, uh, followed by Rod Merritt's Austin Barr and our third and final newcomer Dominic Wright. So we'll see 13 cars hit the track this week for our feature event. So
yeah, good to see our premier class here growing. All the classes seem to obviously fall down a little bit in car counts this year as we branched out, got that third class in it, big block modified. So a little bit of each out of the pros and the supers went into that new class. Gives us some room to expand here at the league, and I know that's something Chad and Tyler are excited to do, and give these guys the opportunity to come in and try out. Apparently they like what they see, and banded by 3 in one night, so it was a good test night for the super late models.
we definitely see drivers kind of come and go as real life kind of takes over sometimes. I believe we're still missing one of yours. I don't see Nolan out on track. I know he had a change in his work schedule.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well, obviously I've been sitting back here for the past 3 hours, so I don't even know where that one is. So yeah, he was he was done working at 8 o'clock, but yeah, who knows. Our test session is over here. Gave the guys the opportunity to get the setups thrown on there for our 50 lap main event.
All right, so we'll kind of run down through the field here, starting on the pole. Talk
Hey, why
about
not?
welcome to the Instigators Winter Racing League. Brandon Butterbaugh. Brandon, you can yell at me later if I butchered the pronunciation. Out of Indiana, we'll start on the pole in the 24. On his outside in the 27, out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, is Michael Lake.
Inside row 2, we'll see DuBois' Nick Anderson in a 54. Outside of Nick in the 05, Randy Rockwell.
Row number 3, we'll see the number 9 of Levi Yetter, hailing out of Sarver, PA. On his outside, the 66 of Rod Merritt's out of State College.
Oh boy, row number. We got the what do we call these two when they're beside each other?
Trouble.
Rouge. Yeah, trouble. We got Tyler Rougy on the inside in the 96. Tyler out of Grampian. Outside Father Chad in the 94 out of Clearfield.
Inside our next row, we'll see the 15 of Austin Barr. Austin hails from Reynoldsville. On his outside will be Daniel Collins out of Frenchville.
Next will be the 54 of Mitch Stiles out of Stump Creek. Outside of Mitch in the 43, newcomer Dominic Wright.
Green.
Final car on the field will be the 25 of Blaze Harrison out of Allegheny, New York. As green flag is in the air, we did see that Michael Lake did drop to the back, so he was our feature winner from 2 weeks ago before our special at Lernerville. So our front row ended up being the pair of rookies that put on a good show in the heat race. We'll see what they can do for 50 laps here in the feature.
Sure. Those guys went 1 and 2, their nose to tail. And, got battles all over here behind them. We've got Levi Yetter is at Nick Anderson and
I think it's Patton, or not.
It's
Merritt's.
yeah,
Jesus.
Rodney Merritt's.
Everyone keeps changing their schemes. I can't keep them straight. It's Levi Yetter's starting to challenge our two newcomers
Well,
here
we
for
got a
that top
big old
spot.
battle back here with Chad Rugy, Mitch Stiles. I think that's probably for right around 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there. But I just
Ooh,
watched
we
them
got
as
a
they
hornet's nest there at the back of the field.
yeah, they entered turn 3, 4 wide. By the time I got back, they had broke that 4 wide up. But tell you what, they're putting on a heck of a show back here. It's we got all these extra cars on a tighter surface here, Smeal. I don't know where to even look right now.
You look at the front, you look at the back. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
We got action all over the place.
Do have a pass for second place up here as Levi Yetter able to get around Butterball. There was also obviously a lead change there with Butterball, and Randy Rockwell now finds himself leading this 50 lap feature here on lap 7. Levi Yetter looking strong down the bottom. Rockwell up on the top. Levi will throw her in on the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we saw out of Levi last week at Lernerville. He's one of the few that was able to really wrap that bottom really well, actually getting that left front down into the grass, helping it rotate. He's still down there catfishing, looking for the lead. The biggest thing is running the top side, sometimes a little harder on those tires. So we'll have to see if Rockwell's going to be able to maintain that pace as we're still door to door here for the top spot.
Yep. We're only 50 laps, still a lot of laps. I guess if there's any length of a race that you're able to abuse them tires, it would be the shorter races for these cars, but I'm sure they're obviously going to feel the effects here later on. These guys put on a good show here door to door as Levi Yetter and Randy Rockwell in the 5. Levi able to lead lap 11.
Back through the field, Lake's able to make his way up to the 9th place position after dropping back to shotgun unlucky or lucky number 13, depending on who you ask.
Well, back in the 80s, that was unlucky. That's all I'm telling you.
A little before my time, as we've
thanks.
seen Levi Yetter. Sorry, Mike. We've seen Levi Yetter make a pass for the lead, and now not only that, Rockwell's not only in position to possibly give up that top spot, but lose second place here too. As top 3 are all under a blanket, and cue the Jaws theme song because Nick Anderson's not far behind.
And these guys battling up here the way they are obviously is going to allow that 54 of Anderson creep up as these guys aren't running the exact line that they maybe want. The fastest way around here is allowing that 54 to slowly catch the top 3. Rockwell continuing to lead here on lap number 16. We have a yellow here. We got.
Was that Butterball?
Must have been.
Ooh. That's kind of another one of those deals similar to what we saw at Lernerville. Coming out of the corner is the guy running the middle or the bottom. You just don't realize the guy's out there on your outside, and Brandon had nowhere to go. He hard into the wall. Oh, and then it looks like Mitch Stiles might have ended up a little worse for the wear.
Yeah, lots
looks like
of
the 43 checking up for what had happened to the 24, and Mitch just unfortunately caught the rough end of that, as we will see our first oval track specialties caution of the night and a couple takers here in the elevated outdoors hot pit. So we kind of in the announcer's booth pre-race asked what we're going to see. We flag to flag in the prolates. We saw one caution in the mods. So far, one here in the superlate models. So we'll have to see. There's definitely a big change for newcomer in the 24. Definitely going to see what he can do as far as getting some repairs. See what that car is going to be like, getting back on track if he's able
Sure.
to get back on track.
Sure, absolutely. A lot of front end damage there to that car. Yeah, just one of them things where meat coming out of the corner like that. I would say that Levi left a lane, but boy, it was probably not enough to be a lane. But once that right rear catches that wall and it brings the right front in there, it just grabs you.
Hey, it looks
Two
like both
cars that
cars. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
nope, just both cars that visited the elevated outdoor hot pit have come back out on the speedway. We'll see what kind of repairs they were able to make to the cars and see what speed are left in them. The pace truck is getting ready to duck off as our leader, Randy Rockwell, will lead him to the green. Now we see the 54 car of Nick Anderson into that second spot after that caution.
The yellow flag is out.
Caution is back out.
I'm wondering if maybe our flagman didn't like something. Oh no, Austin Bars right front is hanging out in a position where it shouldn't be. So it looks like he just unfortunately on the wrong side of a 3Y battle at a turn 2, and he might have got a bit of a bump from Michael Lake, who might have got a bump from Tyler Ruggie, and then he got a
Well, what do
whole
they
lot of
say?
help from Blaze Harrison. So
Sure. What's that thing you always say, Smeal? The cautions breed caution. So
yeah.
tightens everybody back up, gives them opportunity to make moves, and here we are, caution number 2 on lap 8.
Good. Our 2 involved in that first caution will definitely jump on the opportunity to come back down to our elevated outdoors hot pit, get a little bit more repairs there. Looks like Austin Barr was able to get that car back into pit row, get the right front put back on her. Have to see if the crews can get the nose pieces back on the 54 and the 24 in the hot pit there. Was waiting to see who they were gonna charge with that caution. Like it might just be calling it a racing deal and kind of letting it go as is. One thing that kind of surprised me on that last restart was that Levi took the top side. So it looks like he's thought differently here with the second restart and gonna elect
Sure.
to go back to that bottom. With us doing the Delaware double file, those that aren't aware, leaders out on their own, second place has their choice, and everyone else kind of fills in. So pace truck is ducking out here, and Rockwell is off. See, Rod Merritt's fallen a little bit backwards into some heavy pressure from both the Ruggies and Daniel Collins. So see if he can get that car underneath him. It's not something uncommon for Rod. He's one that definitely conserves his stuff. As I say that, he's up all the way up against the wall, not conserving anything at that point. The 66 and the 96 definitely have a history of those two. We'll see how well they play in a pack back here as we've top 3 under a blanket, just changed out the 3 players that are involved.
Anderson moves up to the high side now, going to put a challenge for the lead here on lap 23 on Rockwell. Rockwell kind of rolling the middle of the corner there. Anderson on the outside gets a little bit loose there coming off the corner. Probably seen an opportunity and threw some horsepower at it just a little bit too much. Got that car pretty sideways. Now Anderson will do the opposite, back down to the inside, rolling through the center of that corner.
Oh, is he gonna leave him room? Oh,
He left some room, but I tell you what, there wasn't much. There wasn't much there, but they made it work. As Anderson will now take over the lead coming down the backstretch. Levi Yetter now.
You and I were probably about to say the same thing. Levi Yetter looking to get around the rookie here. So it's one of those that, like we kind of mentioned early. You know, how much are you abusing those? I think they're technically Hoosiers in the sim, I believe. How much you're abusing those tires and what you still got left underneath you is. Tell you what, somebody that's kind of creeping forward, Chad Ruggie.
Just gonna say it. Fourth spot, Chad Ruggie, followed by Daniel Collins in the top 5 here at the moment.
Now I'm knocking on wood because I do not want to.
Oh boy, here we go. Go ahead, lay it on him.
I'm sure Chad's cursed me enough with my luck with commentator open mouth insert foot, but
yeah. Well, it's a superstition. It's the commentator's curse, but talked about superstition and green cars.
Today.
I mean, sure, it's got a green car, so he doesn't believe on the commentator's curse anyway. So, Levi Yetter inside, Rockwell on the outside, door to door for that second spot. Chad Ruggie now joining closely to that second, third place car.
Levi's gonna want to try and make some quick work here at Rockwell, as we're starting to see that 54 get smaller and smaller out in the distance. So just gotta start making up some ground as we're working lap 32 of 50. So we are over halfway here.
Tyler Ruggie currently running in that 7th position, up on that high side, trying to make something happen here. Michael Lake also up on that high side. Anderson is going to be running into some lap traffic here real quick, as he's going to roll up on the 24 Butterball. Butterball gets a little bit of the front stretch wall there. Anderson able to navigate around him. Levi Yetter makes it around clean. Rockwell and Chad Ruggie now nose to tail will be the next two around Butterball.
We've seen lap traffic come into play in some of the results in some of these races here in the past. Looks like so far has not affected our leader Nick Anderson as of so far.
No. I tell you, 3 cars that have hooked up here, nose to tail, kind of spread out a little bit. Now starting a battle that have created their own little freight train. That's the 27 of Michael Lake, Daniel Collins, and Tyler Ruggie have made up some ground here in the last few laps, watching these cars back here. Anderson now just rolling nice and smooth, keeping that car as straight as he possibly can, take care of them tires. Got himself a nice sizable lead here on lap 44 as we're closing down here on the last 6 laps. Levi Yetter maintaining second. Randy Rockwell, Chad Rugy, Michael Lake. Chad Rugy in that 4th spot there. A little bit higher on the track that last corner. Now he's the lowest car in this next corner. So searching everywhere. He's got a fast car here tonight. Looks like he's out there searching just for a little bit of traction and a little bit of place to pass here as he's caught right up to Rockwell and Yetter here. A lot of drive off the corner as he pulls up alongside Rockwell here.
Rockwell's thought he was gonna try and slide up in front of the 94. Looks like he does end up plotting pretty safely into that 3rd position as actually Chad crosses them over. Looks to the inside here coming out of turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Chad Rugy able to make that pass as now he'll set his sights on that number 9 car of Levi Yetter.
Just based on the eyeball test, I think that gap from our lead car of Nick Anderson to the trio is shrinking, but I do believe we are white flag in the air.
White flag lap as Chad Rugy takes over that 2nd spot here. As Nick Anderson has checked out. If he can keep it through, I'm anxious to see this.
Oh,
we're 3 wide
second?
here, turns 3 and 4.
Oh, who's gonna get in?
Chad Rugy.
Oh, Rugy, Rockwell, and then Yetter
Collins. No, I didn't either. I knew as long as he kept her straight, he was good to go, but that battle was definitely back there for 2nd place.
Figure 2/10 of a second from the 2nd to the 3rd or 4th, 2nd to the 4th place car. That's definitely a tight finish and, you know, a great run for Chad Rugy.
Absolutely. That's
up 6 positions, 8th to
season high.
8th to 2nd for him. Let's see if Rockwell will get the message about the top 3 to the front stretch. Yeah, probably not, as one of our newcomers. So we'll get 2/3 of our podium here parked on the front stretch.
Who went to the back tonight? Is that Michael?
Yeah, Lake would have gone to the back. So he went from 13th to 6th. So I believe that will make Lake, if my math is mathing, our Newcomb Automotive hard charger of the race.
Sure.
Oh, back.
All right. Well, we're going to have to visit rule book section F for that. We'll get back to you on our hard charger of the race tonight. Newcomb Automotive hard charger. We'll get that sorted out for you. I'm not sure how we'll break that down, but Chaz Rugy up 6 spots and Michael Lake also up 6 spots.
All right, out of the car and in our back road powder coating victory lane once again this season, the 54 of Nick Anderson. So Nick, it doesn't look like that orange spoiler gave you any bad luck here tonight, did it?
No, I was worried about the orange spoiler, and then I went a little bit out of my comfort zone and put some green on it. So was a little skeptical, but maybe it was my good luck charm this week.
Yeah, I told him about our one of our dinner conversations the other night about green on the car and the orange spoiler, but like Jonathan said, no bad luck here tonight. You had her rolling there. Once you got out front in a clean air, you just continued to grow that lead. I tell you what, you had some amazing battles behind you, which just played in your favor. Once you go back and watch that 2nd place finish, or battle there for that second place. You'll see why you were able to do what you did, but not to take anything away. The car was rolling. Um, Tell us a little bit about your on-track events tonight.
Yeah, when we fired there, I knew I wasn't going to be great. Just with the lower tire pressures, and I went a little bit lower on gear, just because for the sake for the end of the race being slick, to try not to spin tires as much. So when we first took off, I knew I might fade a little bit, but I was able to just kind of ride. I think I lost a spot, and I kind of watched the top three go at it, and I hate to see bad luck for Brandon, new guy this year or this week in league that was showing some speed that had his night cut short. But all in all, once we were able to get some heat in the right rear tire and get settled, we were able to kind of find our way through. And then Volusia was not like Volusia has been to me. Volusia's always been good to me right around the bottom. And tonight I didn't even try the bottom. The middle, that little half slider line that I found seemed to be rolling there. And then after that restart, when I was battling there with I believe Randy, coming out of two, I had a lot more speed coming out of two than he did coming off the bottom. And three and four, it was kind of just where could you be at the right time, and we were able to just capitalize on that and found ourselves in victory lane.
Well, Nick, congratulations. Good to see you back up here. Give you this opportunity to give thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Chad and Tyler Ritchie for putting this on every week. They pour their heart and souls into this more than anybody sees. You guys up here in the booth for giving us stream and letting our friends and family out there that want to watch what we do on a Tuesday night have them something to watch and give us drivers to look back and study something throughout the week. And all the drivers for putting on a show, in all three classes, week in and week out. And then I'd like to shout out Chad Rougi on a second place finish this week. I mean, if anybody pours his heart and soul into this league, inside and outside of the car, that's the guy. So I'm glad to see some of his speed, start paying off, and hopefully he can get one spot better next week.
Well, Nick, thanks for that. Congratulations, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Chad
we all-
Ritchie, we'll roll right on into to Chad, runner up. One heck of a run, one heck of a battle there. The closing laps between you, newcomer Randy Rockwell, and Levi Yetter. So tell us about that exciting end of the race.
All I can say is, wow, was that exciting? I mean, white knuckled, sweating. I'm too old for this, but it was still worth it. And I want to thank Nick for the shout out to me. I tell you what, these guys are all young. I'm the old guy in this group, and man, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack at this wheel, but I'll die doing something I love. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a blast, and just to be able to compete with these guys is unbelievable. I mean, I pour my heart and soul into everything in this league and everything. And this league has grown and into something that I couldn't even imagine 6 years ago. So I'm proud of each and every person that helps make a part of that, including you guys, our admins, my son, Tyler, everybody. And I really appreciate everyone. And I tell you what, it feels pretty good to get second. It feels like a win to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting to watch. That battle you guys had there in the closing laps. I felt bad we weren't even looking at the leader, but we were. You'll enjoy the playback when you go back to watch it. What a good show it was, and anything you'd like to talk about on Speedway that happened there tonight?
I just didn't think I was going to be that great. I mean, it felt decent, but like I was right away, I was only half quarter throttle, and man, it was like all of a sudden, it was like the slower I felt like I was going, the more I was catching and could roll up on them. And I'm like, well, this is the way it's going to be tonight. And if these guys get racing each other and start spinning the tires, maybe they'll open a door for me. And when right there at the end, they
Sure.
split apart. I saw it. I went for it, and I was like, I don't know. It was very cool. That doesn't happen very often. I mean,
Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy to get top fives. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
And I'm sure you've probably had that happen in the in the real car in real life. I know I've had it happen, and I'm just that's the car wanted me to off the throttle. I couldn't handle anymore, and you're just waiting for somebody to come rolling around. All of a sudden that thing just takes off, and you're like, I don't know how this has happened. It doesn't make any sense, And in a racer's head, pedal down, we're going fast, and you
Absolutely.
back off, and the tires grab, and you're like, well, what's going on here? And that's we seen your car come to life there, so I can see exactly what you're talking about. And boy, was it to watch! So congratulations on that second place finish.
Thanks, guys.
Anybody? Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to thank, I mean, just like I said, I got admins in this group. I got guys that do technical deals. You got announcers just like yourself, flagmen, a lot of volunteers. We have sponsors in this league that help sponsor, and help put on we have a awards banquet at the end of the year. We rent our banquet hall. I mean, it's like one big happy family, man. And it's like, this is what it's all about. And I want to thank anybody and everybody that comes out and watches this and tunes into YouTube and watches the live stream. And I'm probably rambling on because I might never get back up on the podium. So I'm going to
Hey,
take it while I have.
we never know, do we? We never
No,
know.
no, we don't. And, so everybody in here, I just appreciate, over half the guys in this league put something into it. So, I couldn't do it without all of you.
Sure. Well, glad to be part of it, Chad, and pleasure talking to you up here. I'm glad we got an opportunity to do that, and congratulations again. And we'll see you here next week. See what we can do then, huh?
Thank you.
We will roll in here to our third and final on our podium. Tell you what, Randy, for your first night out, I think you fared the best out of all three of our rookies here in tonight's race.
Definitely. I hate it for Brandon. He's a good guy. I run for a different race team than him, but we are basically sister teams that run for the same setup shop. So we know each other, run the same setups. Just hate it for the guy. He's fast, always fast.
Well, it was a very good showing here for your first week, and it's a pleasure to have you here. It's you had your little test here over the week, and glad you were able to make it and contribute into the car count here that we have going on here with the instigators. As you can see, we all pick on each other and put a pun in there when we can, and it's just a good time with a bunch of clean guys. Of course, shit's going to happen. We all know that. That's just part of racing, but sometimes that's hard to find here on the sim, as you have probably experienced in your career here.
Oh yeah, definitely run into a lot of crap here and there, but sometimes it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Just move on.
Yep, absolutely. I'll give you this opportunity to throw anybody out there you'd like to give thanks to, Randy.
First off, I'd like to thank Chad and all the admins for allowing me to come run with you guys. You guys for putting on this stream, and everybody over at Chris Ferguson Motorsports, Blake Majulis, Chris Ferguson, all the admins over there. They build fast setups. They're fast week in and week out. They allowed me to run up front and had one heck of a battle there at the end.
Well, Randy, congratulations on your third and podium finish here tonight, your first night in. It's a great showing, and hope to see you back here next week, and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it, folks. Week one at Volusia for our Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication Super Late models. Put on a heck of a show here. That battle for second place, that's going to be one to watch back and check that out. We appreciate everybody tuning in to YouTube and checking us out, everybody that follows on Facebook. So for this week, we're going to sign out. We'll see you all back